Hey there, Max here, and today we are going to be watching another Mujin video. Now, recently, there was the whole Sykkuno debacle that was going on about his release, about the cheating scandal that was going on, and there was a lot of talk about him also possibly being a dangerous predator, which, that part, not exactly been proven very well, especially the dangerous portion, and that is kind of getting people into some trouble. So, it looks like Mujin is coming out with another video talking about that. It's literally called About the Sykkuno video. So, since we have recently gotten in Sykkuno's version of things, I think it is now time to hear what Mujin has got to say about this whole development of things. He has not been happy on Twitter. I do know that. He's had some major crash outs against some of the people who have been calling him out because of how early into things he had, and the fact that the girlfriend was told not to have been considered about the release of any kind of video or anything. Things were brought up to her, but not that there was going to be a video that was going to be released on things, or a Google Doc, or any of that kind of stuff. And, well, we are going to go ahead now and see what Mujin's side of the story is. So let's go ahead and get this working up here. Mujin, do tell us what your side of this story is. I imagine he's not happy.
Alright, so first things first, this video is not monetized. I'm not about to pull a CC in the big 2026. I'm making this in regard to my last video about Sykkuno. I want to clarify
That's probably a smart idea, considering people are going to find things controversial and such.
how this video came to be, while also taking accountability and apologizing for the mistakes that I made.
Ooh, so now he is actually admitting that mistakes were made. Okay, let's see what's happening here.
At the same time, I also want to clear up some misinformation spread about me over the last few days. This video was meant to come out a bit earlier, but I was told by someone in the know that Sykkuno might release a joint statement with his girlfriend, so I chose to wait for that first.
This is fair. Like, I don't think there's a problem with waiting for another side to come out before making another side. After all, you want to make sure that you're sending out accurate things as well, too.
In case. I'll also be going through that later in the video. So, how did this all begin? Well,
oh boy, it's a long story.
For me, it was on April 7th when I was reached out to by Mal for the first time. I was told that a Google Doc was releasing soon about a big content creator. And this is when I was asked if I wanted access to it early to maybe make a video about it.
If I recall, I think April 7th was also when the call was, if I'm crazy. Or, call me crazy. I don't remember. I'm not looking back right now before, but I think April 7th was the day of the call.
The document was going to publicly release on the 10th anyway. This means that this wasn't some grand conspiracy, okay? This document was going to release with or without me. And while yes, rumors of Sykkuno's behavior have been floating around for a while now between certain content creator circles, none of this was gonna really convince me to make an early video. If you've watched my channel before, then you'd know that I'm someone who highly values both sides of the story. It's actually something that I always implore you to do before forming your own opinions.
Some people might have their thoughts about how well Mujin keeps to this, but I mean, for the most part, I'd say he does an okay job at it, except he does get a little exaggerative every now and then for performance, and I don't like that part, but it is what it is.
And while I do receive so many DMs about scoops or exclusive info about certain topics, I mostly never take them, always choosing to wait for things to unfold in public first before making my videos.
That definitely didn't go well this time, did it?
What made the situation special, though, was the 17-minute video recording of the voice call between Mal and Sykkuno. My logic here was simple. It was me thinking that we already had the other side of the story, and it was Sykkuno admitting to his wrongdoings in the most raw and unfiltered way possible. So I figured that was enough. At the same time, I thought that since my channel had grown exponentially, don't ask me how or why because I have no idea, I could maybe use my
well, people love drama and you report on drama. What more can you expect, right?
Platform for a good cause, spreading awareness about Sykkuno's behavior so that no one else gets tricked into being a homewrecker against their will, while in parallel, encouraging others who have been wronged by him to finally speak up. Additionally, seeing that the person speaking up was doing so from a small account, I figured I could help amplify that message to spread maximum awareness. Now yes, some people could definitely argue that I was desperate for a topic to bring in views, but to me it didn't matter because I was already lucky enough to be able to cover niche topics I enjoy and still somehow reach over 1 million views on them. Again, don't ask me how because I don't know, but that was just the reality. Here's the thing though. Releasing the video around the same time as the document meant that I was taking a substantial risk by putting my channel's reputation on the line.
definitely a very big risk, especially getting the expose on the whole thing.
I knew this, even at the time, but it was a risk I was willing to take if it meant that I was doing the right thing. Unfortunately, though, it didn't really work out as I had hoped, and I ended up making mistakes that I need to take accountability for, which is why we're here today.
I hope he does apologize for some of the things he said on Twitter, because he went a little far out on some of those things.
The first mistake can be found in the intro of the video, and it's me using the word predator. Yes.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it is definitely too strong a word to be using here. You can definitely call him manipulative, but he is hardly... Because, yeah, predator has a connotation that gets a little too far out. So I'm glad he's at least bringing this up.
It was my idea, and the logic behind it was me trying to encompass everything, like the serial cheating, lying, and deliberate targeting of smaller content creators.
Ooh, it was your idea? Ooh. Okay, well, I'm at least glad you're taking responsibility on that, and hopefully you'll be able to make some kind of amends for that point, because, yeah, that predator was a bit too hard of a word. Manipulator, you can go away with. Predator, too far.
Into one word.
Especially dangerous predator, which, although I think that was Mao's Twitter, I did that.
Before using it, I even made sure to double check its definition in multiple dictionaries, which said things like a person or an organization that uses weaker people for their own advantage, or one who injures or exploits others for personal gain or profit.
Now, you're not wrong. It's just that there's extra connotations there that's not quite dictionary. Oh, look underneath there. See also sexual predator.
To this, I had to come to the conclusion that, yeah, this word fits. I'd find out quickly afterwards, though, that for many people, that word is only reserved to describe pedophiles or sexual predators, which made a substantial amount of people feel misled after watching the intro of my video. It made it seem like a hit piece, exaggerating things, and it also made it seem like Sykkuno had committed very serious crimes, enough to land him in a high-security prison or something, when that clearly wasn't the case. That was not my intention at all, and I'm sorry for that. From now on, I'll only use that word to refer to pedophiles or sexual predators.
Okay, that's a good lesson to learn, because that's the safe way of putting it on people on that one. You should have stuck with manipulator, because they were definitely a manipulator. That you can definitely go with and be safe. Predator, just a step too far.
That's it, no exceptions. I'd also like to say that yes, the video was rushed. It simply didn't meet the quality standard that you'd expect of me, and that's without even mentioning that it was clearly biased and didn't attempt to see different viewpoints. There's a reason I don't typically reach out to people involved in public incidents, because it's very easy to form bias after you communicate directly with them. It's just human. So yeah.
Not wrong there, because yeah, it's very easy to get a side on this, especially in a situation like this.
Yeah. What Mal said at the end of her call with Sykkuno was off-putting, and it wouldn't have hurt for me to point that out. I get that. I was instead more focused on Sykkuno's admittance of guilt. I'm sorry for letting you guys down in that regard. You trust me with a certain quality standard, and I just couldn't deliver it this time, and that's on me. I also want to apologize to Sykkuno's girlfriend. In the 17-minute video of the voice recording, there was one frame, which represents 1/60th of a second, that wasn't blurred, and it leaked to the group chat she was in when she found out that Sykkuno had been cheating on her with multiple people. This frame was enough for certain individuals to confirm her username, and it impeded on her...
Oh, you accidentally got her doxxed? Oh, dang, I did not hear about this. Oh, geez, that is a big slip. Oh, that's not even considering the fact that she wasn't even aware that a video was going to be coming out. Assuming that's what I've been hearing. But to also have accidentally leaked the group chat and then leaking who she was via that? Oh, that's bad.
Privacy. I was not the one who handled blurring it, but I still included the entire thing in my own video and completely missed that detail. So I take full responsibility for that. I'm sorry. Now look, with all that being said, apologies are great, but there's no use presenting them if there's no attempt to act on them. And that's exactly what I intend to do. But first, I want to go through some misinfo that was spread about me in recent days and set the record straight.
Okay, here comes probably what's going to be going on with the whole Twitter stuff, I imagine.
Great. When the video first released, XQC reacted to it almost immediately and would spend his time defending...
Okay, I wasn't a big fan of what XQC said. I'm not a big fan of the people who were basically praising Sykkuno with getting away with it. It's like, come on, dude, be a little more classier, man.
Sykkuno while trying to undermine the things he's done to people. He would also comment on my video. In that comment, he'd make it seem like my problem with Sykkuno's behavior had to do with the lack of clout of the women he reached out to. In any case, what would happen next is a narrative that would form saying that I deleted his comment because I couldn't handle his unparalleled wisdom. As you can see, that's false. It's still right here, along with all the wonderful comments left by his community too. I really don't know
Ah, yeah, wonderful. I'm sure they had plenty of things they wanted to say as well.
why he and some other content creators tried so hard to defend Sykkuno's behavior, as if he was their long lost brother or something. All I know is that cheating has been shunned by humanity for thousands of years, regardless of gender.
I mean, it used to be a crime in some places.
Maybe normalizing it now is probably a bad idea, but hey,
I mean, Scarlet Letter, anybody?
you're free to form your own opinion. Go for it. Next, some people tried to claim that I changed my video's title because I was scared of a defamation lawsuit from Sykkuno.
Oh, he changed the title? I didn't even notice that.
Sure, a random lawyer from Fiverr might claim that, but it's false. Here's a neat trick. You can go to a website like viewstats.com, go to any channel, we'll pick, I don't know, Mr. Beast, click on a video, and you'll actually be able to see any thumbnail or title changes since upload. Pretty cool, right? Now, if you were to do that with my video, you'd see that there were no thumbnail or title changes whatsoever since upload. So that's false. And look, defamation is about knowingly lying about someone in order to ruin their reputation. I had no intention of lying in my video about Sykkuno. And if I did want to lie, then wouldn't I have just simply removed the last 2 minutes of Mal and Sykkuno's voice call so that she looks way better and he looks way worse? It just doesn't make sense. I never make any video with the intention of lying. Period. And finally, when it comes to misinfo, there's also something else that honestly doesn't deserve attention at all, but I'll still mention it. And it's this weird rumor or fan fiction that some people made up saying that I only made this video to try and get with the women that were affected by Sykkuno's actions.
Okay. That definitely cannot be true, because well, could be true. Anything could be true, but I have serious doubts that that would be the deal. I mean, Mujin doesn't seem the type to me to be like that. I'm pretty sure he could do a lot better than Sykkuno actually could be able to do, from what I have seen and heard of things of this guy. So I don't think he needed this to help get mouth pounds or anything like that. Nah.
Anyone who knows me or has
Now, maybe a little cloudy to, get in good with them, maybe get future scoops or whatever, maybe get future details or maybe something like that, but sexual favors, I highly doubt that.
ever spoken with me in the content creation sphere knows that I never even attempt to flirt. I keep things strictly professional. I take my platform very seriously and would never seek to use it in that way. It's simply not who I am. It's obviously also very disrespectful to anyone who was hurt by Sykkuno's actions, but it's not like the people peddling these rumors cared about them to begin with. Alright, so next up we have the joint statement that was posted by Sykkuno and his girlfriend. The first half would be written by Sykkuno. In it, he'd reiterate that he lied to people about being single and that he has been unfaithful to his girlfriend. He'd apologize and say that he'd be taking a break from streaming in order to better himself. He'd also call out anyone trying to frame him with false accusations. So yeah, as you can see, not much has changed. He's already admitted to these things in the voice call with Mal. When it comes to false accusations though, yes, there are stories that have circulated for years among some VTubers that accuse Sykkuno of doing worse than cheating. At this point though,
yeah, those things are definitely more accusational and labels, just say. So you gotta go with what can be proven, what's being admitted towards for now. Who knows what else will be coming out? It's gonna be drama. We know that.
It is not up to me to say whether it's true or not, just pointing out what he might be referring to. He could also be referring to the word predator, which I already apologized for. Now, the second half of this statement would be written by his girlfriend. She'd express how hard this has all been on her, and how hurt she felt over not having a choice on whether this went public or not, saying that she understands that many people were hurt, but that her feelings felt like they weren't really considered at all. She'd call out people who sought to use this incident for profit, and would say that even prior to this going public, she was already trying to work through things with Sykkuno in order to repair their relationship together. She'd end her statement by saying that even with everything that has come out, she doesn't consider Sykkuno's actions irredeemable. She's going to stay with him and try to fix their relationship in spite of everything.
And as far as that goes, I already said that is between them. If she really wants to keep things serious, she's got her reasons for whatever. I personally would disagree. I probably would have dropped, if it were me in that position, I would totally would drop him, but she's in her own position. She's got her own thoughts. She's got her own reasons, and we'll leave it at that.
Listen, I can't imagine what she's been through in just these last few weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Finding out that your boyfriend has been cheating on you for years, that he slept with someone as recently as December 2025 behind your back, and that he was still trying to arrange a meetup with someone else as you were already trying to fix your relationship after what had happened in December. I mean, seriously, it's just insane. But I do think this needs to be said. The fact that this went public is unfortunate, but people were genuinely hurt by Sykkuno lying to them that he was single. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't... As far as the release of this, maybe giving her a heads up that it's gonna come out would have been something. But yeah, it's not exactly much you could really do to stop. Media's media. No matter what happens, drama's gonna come out. So I'm sorry, man, but it's gonna come out. It is what it is on that. Unfortunately, it's I mean, that's pretty much how it is with media in general. That when this ever a drama story comes out, they are gonna get it pushed out no matter what. And the thoughts and the thoughts and wishes of the people that it's about are very rarely ever taken into account, sadly.
It's an unpopular opinion at this point. Let me know if you think it is, but if someone lied to me about being single, and I later found out that us having sex directly hurt their partner, made them depressed, and ruined or at least endangered a 5 year long relationship, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. That's simply not what I would have signed up for. And seeing that he's a public figure who used this public standing to get with these women after lying to them, it felt like this going public was going to be inevitable. But that doesn't mean that her feelings are not valid, because they are. When it comes to me, I did have a hand in spreading this to the public by releasing my video so quickly, and I simply had no right to do so, and for that, I am sorry. Now, I've seen some people's reactions to this announcement, and yeah, as you might expect, it's not sunshine and roses.
No.
This whole topic has been extremely polarizing on the internet to begin with, and the girlfriend in particular is getting hate thrown her way, with people calling her things like gold digger or Stockholm Syndrome victim for not leaving him.
Okay, if that was the case, don't go shouting that out at her and trying to say that something horrible about her to be a Stockholm victim. That's still a victim. Like, oh my goodness. Still, I'm not a fan of how a lot of people are taking a lot of this stuff, but ultimately, whatever's going on their side is what's going on their side, and they have the right to do whatever they want in their own privacies as well. Yeah, it's also fair that the media side of things can come out with just about anything they can. As hurtful as it can be, it sucks. But them not talking about it is purely, what's the word I'm looking for? Better manners on when it's released. That's pretty much all I can think of on that, sadly.
Here's the thing though. What matters here is that Sykkuno stops his serial cheating streak and that he stops lying to women about him being single while turning them into homewreckers against their will. That's it. If she wants to stay, that's her choice. She doesn't deserve to get nasty things said about her though. I wish her the best, and I again would like to apologize if I directly contributed to any harm that she might have gone through. That was not my intention. Look,
I would say I would take the if part out of that, and I apologize for anything that does happen. But then again, that could also be more of a legal protection statement too. You never know. What is PewDiePie on this? What did PewDiePie do?
ultimately, my favorite YouTuber growing up was PewDiePie. Yeah, I enjoyed his sense of humor, the fact that for the longest time, he was the sole runner of his channel, which gave him so much authenticity. But most of all, what I really liked about him was that he was not ashamed of being human. He would make mistakes, but when he would, he'd also sincerely apologize and work to learn from them. It's no secret that today, as a content creator,
Okay, so he's just bringing him up to say, hey, I'm going to do what my favorite YouTuber does. I'm going to take accountability of things. Okay, that's nice and all, but, you know, you can say these things, but you got to live up to them.
if you were to make a mistake,
He's trying to soften up as much of the blows as possible, which I can't blame him for wanting to do, but still, it'll mean nothing if he doesn't follow through with it.
it would be so much easier to wait for it to die down in a week and then continue business as usual, as if nothing had happened. I was even advised by some to do exactly that and not release this video. And I understand why. It unfortunately works. But to me, it's simply the right thing to do, even if it leads to more scrutiny and people disliking me. I screwed up, I'm going to say sorry, and I will improve. So what am I going to change exactly? Well, to start, I'll never give another exception to a scoop or exclusive info. I will do what I've always done on this channel and talk about things that have already played out in public. I don't care if a 5-star general gives
Okay, that's a good start. That's a good start. I hope he holds with that.
me info about
It was actually a little out of pocket, because Mujin didn't normally do exposés.
World War III starting tomorrow. I will make the video after the nukes drop. I also realize now just how much you guys value my objectivity. I understand that I'm not perfect at it, and I probably never will be, but I'll always strive to present information to you in the most balanced way possible so that you can, in the end, form your own opinion. And finally, no matter how much this channel grows, I'll always ask you to be honest with me, and I promise to take accountability when needed, just like how I'm doing right now. So look, if the last video was a deal breaker for you and you want to unsubscribe, then I completely understand. But I won't let you leave without thanking you first. Take care, and may our paths cross again someday. On the other hand, if you're planning to stick around for future content, then I'd like to thank you so much for allowing me to make a mistake and grow from it. I say this all the time when I stream, but not a day goes by where I take any of this for granted. And the fact that so many of you watch me, Whether you're driving home, chilling at work, doing chores, knitting, or just eating, I'm so honored to be able to make your day a bit less mundane with my videos. It's truly a blessing. Thank you. I also would like to thank my Discord mods, my friends, and my viewers who reached out during this time. It meant a lot, and I really appreciate it. The Sykkuno video was live for a week, so I'll keep this video live for a week as well. However, I do plan to private the original video as soon as this video gets uploaded. I hope to be back sooner rather than later, continuing to make videos that you enjoy at the level of quality that you expect of me. As always, thank you so much for watching until the end, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video, whenever that is.
Well, all right. So that was Mujin's response video to everybody else's responses to everything going on about the Sykkuno.
Well, broken
video.
Pokemon mechanic.
Whoa. Sorry, Kip. Gonna have to shut you down there.
All right, so
I don't even know when the autoplay started kicking in there. That thing always comes on and off. Anyway, so yeah, Mujin's response. What do I think about it? Well, it's not a bad response. I've definitely heard a lot worse ones, but all of it goes out the window if he doesn't follow through with what he says. And we all know how very quickly that can change. So hopefully everything goes well. I honestly just hope that everybody turns this into a massive learning experience and everything turns out well. And it really is a difficult situation. Private, personal things like this, it really gets messy, and that's probably why people on the outside just want to keep getting nosy in and watch them everything that they can. So there's going to be a lot of people that have plenty of opinions on both sides of the aisle of everything on this. So it ain't going to be pretty. There's going to be some more fallout, I can imagine. And I just hope everybody's learned from this. I hope the girlfriend at least gets some happiness, because, yeah, it sounds like things have been really rough on her end of things. And the way Sykkuno made it sound as well during that video part where he said that things were not going well on that, honestly, if they really cannot come to Eder Edge, and if he ends up doing this again, he really needs to consider maybe splitting things off first if he truly cannot stop himself from this kind of stuff, because that means it really is over. Oh my goodness. But yeah, this whole thing has been a royal mess. But hey, I thank you very much for watching this with me here. Y'all have a good rest of your day, and be sure to live life to the max. I'm out. Bye.